and running. Uh, but that wasn't the real fear. I wasn't worried about failure or success. For me, the time when my knees really started to quake was when we hired our first engineer who quit his PhD program at Penn State, moved him, his wife, his kids from State College in Happy Valley, Pennsylvania, down to Northern Virginia. And that's when I turned to the team. I said, oh, holy shit, guys, this really better work, because Zhu just gave up his whole life's work to become a PhD mathematician to work for us. So that's when things really become serious. So good news, though, is, again, most small business owners are service businesses, and that sense of concern and passion is about themselves succeeding, and they can pick themselves back up again by the bootstraps. By the way, all these pictures I'm showing are of GoDaddy customers, real honest-to-goodness small businesses that are alive and well and thriving today. So here's where we get into the technology part of the talk, and my bet is, given the craziness we saw in the previous slides, these are not going to work, but we'll try it. That business that I started back in 1995 was an online insurance marketplace. So it was the idea that we could help we could help bring to consumers the ability for choice, convenience, cost, and confidence to buy auto insurance online, life insurance online, bring them quotes. Just to launch like a little page that said "Hello World" cost roughly $100,000 in hardware, buying, for those of you who've been around long enough, Silicon Graphics machines. We had to buy operating systems from Sun Microsystems. We had to buy Solaris, which was theoretically open source, but wasn't. We had to buy from Netscape, which is no longer around, something called a communication server. There wasn't even commerce servers yet. We had to go write our own. And that was just to try out the idea. That was the only way you could do it. So we had to go out and raise capital to do that. $100,000 out the door before we'd done anything. Literally, that computing power I can go get from Amazon or any number of services for roughly $50 on my credit card and do it in about 2 minutes. And so the barrier to trying an idea today as a technology entrepreneur is radically lower. But most of these entrepreneurs aren't technology entrepreneurs. But that compute power, that ability to bring ideas to market quickly, is trickling across the landscape. It is giving small business owners a tremendous ability to work faster, to not have to add employees. One of the interesting things that I've read quite a bit about is there's this very concerned set of literature about the shrinking size of small businesses. Fewer and fewer employees are required to build bigger businesses today. That's actually not necessarily a bad thing. If I can get more done as the small business owner with fewer people, then I have the ability to take home more of that pay, and my risk is lower, and those other people who might have come to work for me can go out and do what they want to do. So technology is actually creating some very interesting trade-offs in the economy today. So we've got a couple of things here we're going to talk through that are really important to small business owners when they get up and running. So one is, and can you guys see those slides? I'll move this way. One is, in the past, you had to be an expert. You had to be someone who could build your own technology solution. But as technologies become easier, simpler, more adaptive, you actually have the ability to, what I call, do it with me. A small business owner can bring their expertise. You can get help from a developer, a designer, someone on the phone who can bring to you the expertise that you don't have. As a small business owner, I wasn't a developer. I was a person who knew insurance. I needed to go find folks who could help me build that business. The same thing with these folks. They're not technologists. They're not IT people. They're not even marketers. They want to go serve customers in the field in which they are trained. So if we can bring to them services that allow me, the small business owner, to do it with an expert, to bring that technology to bear at low cost, that's compelling. One click. So one of the amazing things that's happened over the last 15 years is the rise of standards that allow different technology services to work together. Data can be moved from one application to another. You have the ability to take a website and add lots and lots of components to that website, so that as a small business owner, I can say I want these three things to work together. And it doesn't always work this way, but theoretically, one click, and most of the time it does. And then finally, predictive technology. We're seeing that a lot of small business owners, not surprisingly, don't exactly know what they want. So the ability for a larger firm to bring to that small business owner the right tools, the right services just in time to that small business owner is becoming a very, very powerful technique for these small businesses to get what they need.